What's going on, guys? It's your boy Malik back with another video. Today we are rolling with, again, some more NBA 2K22 gameplay, but this time we got some Blacktop action. Blacktop is basically, you can do 1-on-1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, 5 versus 5, full court, half court, with any players that you want to, basically. Like, you can make your own team and just go out and play, instead of it just being like a quick game like I've showed the past 2 times, and you just have a set team. So today we got Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid versus Karl-Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. There's a specific reason why I did this, and if you catch on, you would probably know that it's most likely about Ben Simmons and this whole mess that has been going on for maybe since June. If you don't know, if you haven't been keeping up with the story, because I know some people that watch my videos are really not basketball heavy like that. Some people just my homies or whatnot, just support. Shout out to y'all for sure. But just to give a quick backstory, Hawks versus Sixers, Game 7, Round 2. It's a close game. Fourth quarter, Ben Simmons is backing up Danilo Gallinari in the post. He spins off of Danilo Gallinari, and Trae Young comes up to help. And at this point, Ben Simmons, all he has to do is dunk the ball, because the height difference between Trae and Ben is very noticeable. So, a layup, a dunk could have done it. But Ben decides to pass out to Matisse Thybulle, and Thybulle gets hacked, and he splits the free throws. Why that is a big deal? Because Ben Simmons has a shooting problem. I wouldn't say shooting problem. He just doesn't like to shoot the ball. He's very pass first, and that's probably what's been holding the Sixers offense back since he got drafted. He doesn't shoot the ball. He is a very gifted passer, and he is a very gifted defender, and he is very tall for his position. But one thing Ben Simmons will not do is shoot the basketball. And like I said, that's a problem. So, end of the game, of course the Hawks win. And after the game, post-game interviews, reporter asks Doc Rivers, do you see Ben Simmons on the team? Can he lead the team to a championship, basically? And Doc Rivers says, you know what, I don't know that answer. I don't have that answer right now, something along those lines. Joel Embiid comes up, reporter asks him, what was the turning point of the game? Embiid says the turning point of the game is when Ben Simmons passed out of an easy layup or dunk to pass to Thybulle, and they split the free throws at the line. So, off rip, you have your head coach and your franchise player basically talking about you maybe 20, 30 minutes after the game. That is a problem already. So then we go on further, and maybe the next day they have their exit interviews, and Doc Rivers says that he had a conversation with Ben Simmons, and he likes where it was going. Maybe a couple weeks later they meet Rich Paul, which is Ben Simmons' agent. Rich Paul is Clutch Sports, LeBron, AD, all those guys. They meet up and they talk about the future, basically. No trade talks at that time, but it kind of had already seemed that it was probably going to go that way after those comments that were made after the game. And let's not get twisted. Not the Rockets. The Sixers were trying to trade Ben Simmons before this even happened. When James Harden was on the Rockets and he wanted out, the Sixers were talking to the Rockets, trying to get him. But it seems like Ben Simmons was the thing that was holding them up. And at that time, it probably didn't make sense why you just don't make that trade. I mean, James Harden is what, top 5 offensive player, shoot, top 3, honestly, in my opinion, right now in the game. So I don't see why you don't make that trade. But not to get off focus here. So maybe July, August somewhere, the trade rumors start coming up. So at that point, I'm pretty sure Ben requested a trade. In which I want to say right now, I do not blame Ben Simmons. I don't blame him. And this is why I don't blame Ben Simmons. First of all, like we already went over, the head coach already spoke his truth. Franchise player has already spoken his truth. On the court, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid do not go together. And it's because Embiid, he needs the ball. He needs the ball to succeed. And so does Ben Simmons. But Ben Simmons doesn't shoot. So Ben Simmons can't just camp on the three-point line because he's useless there. He has to be in the paint, which is where Embiid does most of his work. And of course, Embiid can stretch the floor, but Embiid is most dangerous in the paint. So that's already offensively, no. Defensively, yes, it works. But at this point, offensively, it's just not a go. So after all this happened, and plus, you were already on the trade block before this even happened. I don't see why not. I don't see why you just don't want to go somewhere else. It seems like the organization, the fans, especially the fans, and one thing about Philadelphia fans, they get down and dirty, y'all. Whether it's basketball, football, they are going to talk their talk regardless, win or lose. I know personally because I know a Philadelphia fan, and he knows who I'm talking about. They don't care. And I think it was one time, even the news station for Philadelphia was talking about Ben Simmons. So, like, at this point, it's a toxic environment, in my opinion. It's toxic. So, all of this is going on. It just seems like you're not a fit with the team anymore. People have spoken their truth. Fans are not on your side anymore. And you could put the blame on Ben as well, because I feel like he knows what he needs to do. He needs to shoot the ball. He needs to learn how to shoot the ball. And at this point, it's more mental than anything. Because if you guys know, if most of, like, the basketball people know, they've seen the off-season videos are something that I'm not a really big fan of, because anybody can shoot lights out in the open gym. But at the same time, just the fact that you can hit a jumper, and I mean, it's not like he's in the open gym by himself. He's playing with other NBA players as well. So he's not just running off of picks from trainers or whatnot. These are like, he's actually like creating off of NBA players in the game. So we've seen that he can shoot. He was shooting jump shots in the summer league when he got drafted. Sorry, the year after he got drafted. So we know with Ben Simmons, we see that he has the ability to at least hit a jump shot, but it's come to a point now where every time Ben Simmons takes a jump shot in a game, in a real live game, the crowd, you can hear the crowd just, oh, and if he makes it, everybody goes wild. And it's just like, if you guys remember the Markelle Fultz situation. Every time Markelle's shot was broke when he was on Philadelphia. But every time he took a jump shot or whatnot, or he made a jump shot, fans would go crazy. So that's where we are with Ben Simmons. Does he want to better his game? I do not know. We should have seen some progress by now, but we haven't. But at the same time, an organization that you're playing for, and you're not the franchise player, but you're definitely the second best player on the team, they're supposed to have your back. And this brings me to the Draymond Green rant last year when he was talking about Andre Drummond sitting out because the Cavs wanted to trade him. And basically it's like this. Andre Drummond had to sit there and be professional. Couldn't say a word or anything. He had to sit there, sit on the bench until he got traded. And he has to be healthy. He has to be fit. He still has to do all these things, but he's not playing. But if Andre Drummond comes out and he wants to say he wants to get traded or whatnot, it's all bad news. But when the organization wants to do it, it's all good news. It's for the company. I mean, for the organization. It was the best for the team. When the player wants to get traded and he comes out and he does all this and all that, and he speaks his truth, it's a problem. The player's the bad guy. So I feel like we may have reached this point already. But I just want to say, and like I said earlier, at this point it just seems like a toxic environment for Ben. And if you want to just bring it to the real world, like, just so people can understand that are not in basketball or whatnot, let's just say you go to your job and, I mean, nobody really rocking with you and they're let it be known or whatnot. I mean, I know some people could probably deal with that. Some people are kind of like, you know, I'm not going to let these people bother me, like what they got to say, all this or that. But some people actually care about certain things and their mental and whatnot. And I feel like as a society nowadays, we have gotten into this thing where we don't stay in toxic environments regardless for the money or the opportunity or whatnot. If we don't like a situation, we're going to leave. If it does not better us mentally, physically, emotionally, we're not going to stay in that situation. We have gotten better with that as a society. So if you want to bring it back to this Ben Simmons situation, if he does not want to be in a toxic environment where people have already talked bad down on him, leave. And it's not that easy because he doesn't have any leverage. Like, he's already signed a max contract. He can't just get out of it. It's not going to be that easy. And which is why some people have a problem with nowadays these players are doing this, where they are trying to act out of a contract, and they signed it like last year or whatnot. So you don't have any leverage. You just signed a contract. They don't have to trade you. They could keep you on the team. I mean, you're definitely going to lose money. And with the Ben Simmons situation, he done already said that he's willing to sit games. He's willing to lose money just not to play for this franchise anymore, which speak a lot. It says a lot about what's going on in Philadelphia right now. So it's a very messy situation. I really do hope that Ben Simmons gets what he wants. I'm not sure if he will get what he wants. I'm pretty sure they probably won't even ask him what team he wants to go to. Like I said, doesn't have any leverage right now. So, I'm rooting for him because I would like to see him flourish in an offense that fits him. I feel like the Sixers did try to do a good job of putting right pieces around him. Like I said, he can't shoot. So what did they do? They put Seth Curry around him. They put Tobias Harris around him. Embiid around him. Forkmaz. Shoot. They put like shooters around him like Bellinelli a few years ago. Ersan Ilyasova. I think if I'm not mistaken, he was on the Sixers as well. Like, they've always put shooters around Ben Simmons for him to succeed. But it's not working. It's just not working. And it has come to a point where it just seems like everybody's against him. And at the same time, I'm not going to put it all on the organization or people against him. Ben Simmons knows what he needs to do. He has to shoot the ball. And I feel like once he shoots the ball, I don't know if things will get better. Like, I haven't seen Ben Simmons take 10 jump shots a game, so I don't know if he's going to go 8 for 10 or he's going to go 1 for 10. Like, it's a difference. But at least he's trying. At least. I don't know possibly where he would fit. I would like it to see him go to the Timberwolves. I think that's a good spot, but of course Timberwolves are probably gonna have to let go of Russell. So, I mean, you have a team of Simmons, Anthony Edwards, Malik Beasley. Well, he might get traded, who knows? But Karl Anthony, your core three are Ben, Karl, Anthony Edwards. I like that. But do the Sixers want D'Angelo Russell? Like, that's really what it is. Like, it's just so it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff with these type of trades. Cause I mean, yeah, it's cool. You can trade this dude here, but does the team that's trading away Ben Simmons want him? It's a lot of moving parts to it. So that's my thoughts on the whole Ben situation. Let me know what you guys think. All my basketball heads or whatnot, even people that don't watch basketball, what do you think about the situation? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe, like, share, support your boy, man. Support your boy. We going up. Road to 50 subs, man. All I want is 50. Hashtag all I want is 50. Hashtag road to 50 subs. I appreciate y'all if y'all made it to the end of this video. Thank you for rocking with me. Your boy, Leak is out.